Hey, Eddie Hyatt here. I want to tell you about my latest book, just published. In fact, I just published it about 3 or 4 days ago. I don't even have a copy in my hand yet. I have some on order, but it is for sale right now on Amazon.com. It's also, no, it's not on our website yet, EddieHyatt.com. It will be eventually, but it is available on Amazon.com. Again, the title is Apostolic Leadership. The subtitle is Recovering the Spirit Empowered Servant Leadership of Jesus and Early Christianity. This book is so important and it is so timely for the hour in which we live. You know, Sir John Acton, who was a historian, he made the statement that is often repeated: power tends to corrupt. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And this has proven to be so true in 2,000 years of Christian history, because the darkest periods of Christian history has been the result of pursuits of power by Christian leaders seeking and claiming, in the name of the apostolic, claiming to have authority and power over others. And this is a quote on one of the pages of the new book. And these pursuits of power have led to the darkest periods of the church's history, uh, resulting in heresy trials with imprisonments, torture, beheadings, public burnings at the stake, all in the name of the apostolic, and maintaining the unity of the church. Folks, yes, there are some dark things in Christian history, but there are also some very bright things in Christian history. And the reason this book is important is that it's taking us back to the New Testament and what Jesus and the earliest Christians taught about the apostolic. Because you see, throughout history, there have been efforts to restore the apostolic office. There is a whole new movement in Christendom today that's claiming that God is restoring the office of the apostle to the church. But the danger is that I have noticed is all that I have seen seem to be associating it with authority and power over people, rather than the characteristic that Jesus said was to be the primary characteristic of the apostolic. I had a Now, by the way, this book is an edited and advanced version of a book that I published in 2014 called Pursuing Power. And the subtitle of that book, Pursuing Power, was how the quest for apostolic authority and control has divided and damaged the church. And indeed, throughout Christian history, the great divisions that have taken place, for example, like between the East and the Western sectors of Christendom in the 11th century, and the division that took place at the time of the Reformation. These were not primarily caused by doctrine, but by power struggles and by the effort to control the lives of others. And so there's a concern today that this whole new apostolic movement, they're associating power and control over people. It's interesting. When I first published that book in 2014, there was a friend of mine who was a leader in the Four Square denomination, which is one of the world's largest Pentecostal denominations. They have churches all over the world, millions of adherents in many nations. And so this brother, he really loved the book. He's gone on to be with the Lord. His name was Jack Hatcher. He really loved this book, and he bought multiple copies and shared it. And I even gave him some copies to share. And he sent one to a leader at the Foursquare headquarters, and I assume it was an acquaintance of his. Well, anyway, this Foursquare denominational leader sent back an email, which this brother then forwarded to me. And this person thanked him for the book, which was Pursuing Power, but which this one is an advanced version, has more material in it. Anyway, this Foursquare uh, uh, leader said that this book, he said, it was exactly what I needed. It was so timely. He said, I'm getting ready to go to South America. And he said, many of our churches and pastors have embraced this new apostolic reformation and are taking on the titles of apostle. And they're seeing it in the context of power and control. And he said, this book gave me exactly what I needed to address the issue. Wow. And that was the older version. So this new version, it lays out both biblically and historically what is to be the characteristic of the church, what is to be the order and the characteristic of leadership and the church itself. This book is about Christendom itself, about church order, church leadership, and how important it is for the church today. So I hope you will buy a copy, give it to your pastor. There's other stories I could tell you about it, but I wanted to keep this video very brief and short. But check it out on Amazon. Apostolic Leadership by Eddie Hyatt. And I know that it will be a great blessing to you, be a great blessing to any Bible teachers, pastors, leaders, whoever it might be. It will be a great blessing. And I believe it has the potential power to provoke and to bring forth not only revival, but reformation in the church today around the world. I just sent a copy to a person in Nepal, a Christian leader. He so much wanted a copy. Like I had just posted it on Facebook, so I sent him a digital copy of it. And so we're going to get it out everywhere. And I believe that God's going to use it to bring genuine revival and reformation in the church today. So if I can be a blessing to you, get in touch with me. Check out my website, eddiehyatt.com. My contact information is there, and I look forward to seeing you next time. God bless you.